Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Midway Westy here today with the BBR Season 2 Week 1 Team Builder and Battle against the San Diego Snugglers, coached by Grandmaster D-Ray. Before we get any further, don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell in the top right corner if you want notifications whenever I upload. So I am recording this a few days after the draft analysis went live, and we are currently at almost 140 views, which is insane. So I just want to thank you all for the support. Hopefully it stays for the season. I know it will. Just thank you for everybody that's new to my channel and has just came out and subscribed. Yeah, I'm thankful for all of you, and don't forget to check out all the other coaches like me and D-Ray in the description below. So D-Ray is somebody I've known for about a year or so, almost a year. He was in AP Academy Season 2. It was his first ever league, and we let him in. So if you don't know, I'm also the commissioner of that. So it feels good getting to see somebody you've kind of helped get into Draft League, you know, obviously progress and seeing how his channel has grown. So yeah, but let's get into this. So his team consists of Dracovish, Mimikyu, Arcanine, Klefki, Rotomo, Hitmontop, Orbeetle. Actually, never mind. He's made transactions. I'm actually recording this after week one's been played because I didn't think about recording it beforehand. So let me look at his transactions, and I'm going to tell you the transactions. So he actually has Dracovish, Hippowdon, and then he's made other transactions since then, I believe. Okay, so he has Dracovish, Hippowdon, Arcanine, Duraludon, Rotomo, Hitmontop, Orbeetle, Sandaconda, Skuntank, and Persian. So his team is actually really good, and it's really scary in my opinion, because Dracovish is, you know, one of the best ones to Galar decks, but it's not that much of an issue since I do have the double water mons with Water Absorb, so it's not as scary to where I can just click Fish's Rend, but otherwise it would be terrifying. Hippowdon is just a bulky mon that's hard to break. Arcanine's in the same boat. They're both just really defensive mons that are hard to break and have good utility moves. Duraludon's another mon that's like, it's hard to switch into, but it doesn't hit as hard as you want. And sometimes you can't always get the prediction right with what move you want it to use. Rotomo's just a grass and electric type, usually forced into the Choice Scarf just to Volt Switch around. And it's really good at being a Volt Switcher because ground types are what stop that, and with Leaf Storm, it just kind of destroys all of those, so he gets pretty much 3 Volt Switches. Hitmontop's just another physically defensive monster with Intimidate. Doesn't hit super hard, but he can live a good amount of hits and just rapid spin. Orbeetle, I fully expect to come this game. I don't have a Dark type, which I do end up fixing with transactions later on. I'll discuss that later. So if he's Iron Defense, Calm Mind, Stored Power, Recover, I just lose. I mean, I don't just lose, but it's very hard for me to deal with. Sandaconda is another ground type. He realized later on that he didn't have enough points to pick Mimikyu, so he grabbed Sandaconda and then dropped Hippowdon after the draft for week 2. So Sandaconda is just in the same boat as Hippowdon, just sits at Brox and is physically defensive. Skuntank, it's his poison and dark type, so he doesn't lose to T-Spikes, and he doesn't lose the psychic types. And then he has Persian, just a bad mon. So yeah, so as you can see, I'm bringing Life Orb, SD Scolipede with Mega Horn, Poison Jab, Earthquake. With the way his speed tiers line up, I can run Adamant to outspeed, I believe it might be Arcanine. I believe I am outspeeding Arcanine, which is something I don't normally do, but I don't want to take the risk if he tries to bring offensive Arcanine, because if he's like Life Orb, Flare, Blitz, Wild Charge, yeah, that just kind of destroys my team, so it would not surprise me. I need to check the speed now because it's bothering me that I don't know why I ran that much speed. Yep, I'm outspeeding the max speed Jolly Arcanine. Okay, so next up, I mean, really, this mon just at +2 destroys his entire team. Like Arcanine and Hippowdon can like live hits, so can try to live hits, like pivot around with the Intimidate. But at that point, I can try to predict when to SD and just clam kills. Next up, Choice Band Extra Drill with the Earthquake, Iron Head, Shadow Claw, Rapid Swim with enough speed for Rotom-Mow and Duraludon. I can't remember which one's faster. Probably Rotom-Mow, but he does not have an Earthquake switch in outside of Orbeetle. But even then, that does not want to take a Shadow Claw, and it does not want to chew an Iron Head, so yeah, it's a great wall breaker here. If I can get it in, I can claim a kill every time it comes in. I could run like Sand Rush if I think he's going to bring Sandstream, Hippowdon, or I could run Sand Force, but I don't think he would set up the Sand for me. Because if he did, that would just make a Choice Band Extra even scarier, or even like a Life Orb. Next up, Physically Defensive Necrozma with Cosmic Power, Stored Power, Rest, Sleep Talk. He has a Skuntank. I don't think it's good in this match at all because, especially with the team I'm bringing, Scolipede kills it with EQ/Megahorn. Excadrill beats it with Earthquake. Vaporeon just stalls it out with Scald, Wish Protect, which you'll see. Whimsicott would beat it with Moonblast, and then my Noctowl set beats it. So I don't think it comes here, and if it does, I'm fine with that because all my team deals with it really well. And if I start raising my defense in Spadef, he doesn't have a way of breaking it. Outside of Whirlwind, Hippowdon, and Roar Arcanine. Then I'm bringing Physically Defensive Vaporeon with Wish Protect, Scald Toxic. It just does really well here. Just stalls out Dracovish, Hippowdon, Arcanine, Sandaconda, Skuntank, and Persian, so I'm not too worried. And I can Wish Pass back into my Scolipede if I get weakened with like Life Orb damage and such. I can Wish Pack into it if I get the opportunity and make it back to pretty much full health and be able to be a big threat again. Then I have Max Speed Whimsicott, Defog, Moonblast, Giga Drain, U-Turn. I'm running enough speed for that Persian, which is not a big problem in my opinion. But I would rather outspeed it than underspeed and have nothing to outspeed it than, get swept. So Moonblast, he doesn't have a great switch into it. He has Arcanine, but nothing else wants to take the hit outside of like a setup Orbeetle. But at that point, he could be scared of like Encore. But I want to keep hazards off the field so Scolipede can come in and just set up and win when it's possible. So yeah. But then we have it's either the Breaker or the Sweeper. Double Dance Noctowl with Heavy Duty Boots, Nasty Plot, Agility, Hurricane, Air Slash. I believe I outsped. It might have been Choice Scarf Rotom-Mow. I'm not too entirely sure. But he does not have a Flying Resist. And he has one in this Duraludon, which already isn't like Spadef at all. But it does want to take a Tinted Lens boosted Hurricane, especially if I can get to +2 with an Agility. You might think Hurricane and Air Slash are kind of weird, but if I get to a position where I sweep, but I can't, but I'm afraid of Hurricane missing, but Air Slash will kill it, I wanted to bring it. I could have brought Roost, but I'm fine with double flying. So yeah, this is the team, but we do make a few transactions for week 2. I dropped Boltund, and I traded Jellicent. Boltund was dropped from Morpeko. I really wanted to use Boltund, but I needed the Dark type, and Morpeko is just a mon that I like, and it gives me a Dark type that's somewhat respectable, so they can't bring Mono Stored Power, Mono Psychic move against me. So it makes it to where I just don't auto lose 2 Psychic types at Team Preview. And then it also gives me another Rapid Spinner, and then I traded Jorge Jellicent for Gigalith, so I have the Sand option for Excadrill. So I think it was really nice. I feel like those transactions make my team a lot better. And it just makes Excadrill so much more versatile. I don't have to bring Sand every week, which is why I like Gigalith. And Gigalith can do his own things. It doesn't have to rely on being the Sand setter. I feel like this team does not need Sand, but it's just an extra benefit. So this is the team, and I'll see you all in the battle. Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy, Midpoint West here today with... I've already done the intro and the team motor. Force I have it, but we are fighting Grandmaster D-Ray. We did get connected, even though I was sitting for 5 minutes and he wasn't searching, so We weren't called before this, but he knows he sucks. And he knows you smell by the title, so... Yeah, this... I fully expect this 6 to come. Okay, so... No Dracovish, but everything else. So he brings Skuntank. Okay. I did not expect Skuntank to come, even though it makes sense. Because otherwise he just lost to my Necrozma set. And after... Actually, I won't say that because you'll see this video before his GDL battle. So where's Skuntank? There it is. I'll make it a little bit bigger. So this is pretty much the 6 I expected. I kind of just want to lead my Excadrill. Or I could just lead Noctowl. I'm going to lead Noctowl. Because if he leads Rotomo, I have a pretty free Whimsicott. And if he doesn't lead that, like if he leads like Skuntank, I'm not too worried. I really didn't bring anything for Duraludon, which is kind of a problem. But I've told him good luck, have fun, in call. We were in call with some of our friends before this, so. But Noctowl just kind of cleans. I could see him bringing leading Orbeetle easily. But he doesn't beat my Noctowl with Orbeetle unless if he's like some weird set. But good luck, have fun. Hopefully he got his moves right. And sorry if you see the, what's it called, the volume bar. I just couldn't hear this at all. So I'm leading Noctowl where I can claim a pretty free KO. I did not write down Mons. So Skuntank. Hippowdon. Doug. I'm fine with that. Arcanine. Duraludon. Rotomo. And who brings shiny? What's it called? I could go for Porygon, or I could just go for a Hurricane. I kind of just want to go for a Nasty Plot. Or I could... Well, Porygon's pretty free here. I have no reason not to go into it. Like, he could Toxic or Wild Charge me, but... Snarl. So that does 237 to 108. To 208. So that's pretty, like, no invested. I get a pretty free Toxic here. Because he's gonna go Rotomo here, there's no doubt. XYZ D-Cannon. That's Duraludon? Okay. I mean, that was fair. He could get up his rocks here. I kind of chew any hit. How much does Necrozma take? Yeah, this is... I stay in here. And I'm just gonna Scald. He's gonna go for Body Press. And we'll see how much I do. I don't do too much. So, like, how much does Whimsicott take? He also could have been expecting, like, an Excadrill switch in. Like, Excadrill doesn't take anything. But I feel like I get a free Scald off. Because, like, he's at, like, 80%. So he goes for T-Bolt. That is 216 to 114. Of course. So he did 102. So I should live any hit here. Please don't disconnect. So now I'm just gonna wish. I could go into X control here, so he's gonna switch out. Probably into Rotom Munch. I feel like that's Rotom. That sucks, because I clicked wish there. But now he gets a pretty free Whimsicott. I mean, I get a pretty free Whimsicott, because that's the only thing that really takes a Volt Switch. So I need to find ways to get in that Skuntank so my Necrozma can win. Okay. But my extra drill kind of just goes in this game. So I just need to be careful of that. Well, not really careful, just make sure I get it in at the right time where I claim a kill. He goes for foul play. That does 16. I can't find Whimsicott. I don't know how he at. So I kind of just want to Moonblast here. I feel like I have no reason not to. Get some chip damage off. And I know he's going to find it hilarious that I say there's no reason not to, because I say that all the time. But now I get to figure out what kind of spread this might be. So we'll see. That is like 15%. So we'll see if he's boots or leftovers here. Okay, so he's boots, most likely. But I just U-turn back into Vaporeon here. I feel like this is a pretty free... So he switches out. He probably predicted me to double. But he sends this back in. So that did like 15. But that's pretty free Scolipede. Because Megahorn always kills here. I kind of want to click SD here. How much does Foul Play do? Foul Play wouldn't kill me. But there's no way he stays in here. But I'm going to click Poison Jab. If he stays in like Willows, okay. So I could have SD'd there. He's going to go into Hungry Hungry. That's the Hippowdon. I get the poison, which I feel bad about, but he's lefties. So he's gonna go down to like 75. So I could make a crazy play where I stay in here and SD. But is that worth it? When I have a perfectly good Whimsicott, I don't think so. That eats any sort of like Edgequake move. If he goes for Stealth Rocks here, I'm not gonna be mad, but I would love to have. If I would have stayed in there. And clicked, what's it called? SD. I wouldn't have just won. But it would have been nice. And sorry if I go out of camera, I don't know if I am. But I'm just going to defog here. Because I want to get Scolipede in as much as possible. So he goes to Doug. That's the Arcanine. And it's not like Stealth are terrible. Like, I 100% always need them off the field. That just makes it to where Scolipede can't just come in and do what it wants. Which is the problem. But I need to find, like, as I said, I need to find ways to get the Excadrill in. But I have to go for Vaporeon here. That's one of my few switch-ins into this. We know he's Snarl, so we'll see if he's Flamethrower. Okay. He did quite a bit there. Not enough for me to tell this set. But I have to go for the Wish here. I could have gone for the Toxic, but I want this thing to get healed up. I'm kind of wishing I wasn't Mono Sword Power now. Maybe Earth Power. Go for the Snarl. Just don't let me get paired. Okay. But now I get a pretty free Toxic off here. Because it means it makes it to where Rotom gets chipping down. It gets chipped down, not chip-end. So I just click Toxic here. I could try to make a risky play into Excadrill, but I don't know. Yeah, he's going to switch out into Rotom. So I just need to hit. That's unfortunate. But now I just need to go back out into Whimsicott. Just because this lives any hit. Goes for Volt Switch. That is 167 to 131. 167 to 131. That is 36. Okay, so that is about what I expected. Shows me he's more offensive than defensive. So let's just Duraludon take from a Moonblast. Takes 51 to 60. But I don't risk this. I know he's not Choice Scarf 2. Like if I went for this and he has like any sort of defense investment, we'll split F. And I died because of that, that'd be a big misplay. But I have a Vaporeon that takes 2 like T-Bolts. Well, should at least. He clicks Body Press. And now that I'm not at -1, I think this is where I go Excadrill. Or I go Scolipede. Actually, I want to go Excadrill. So I switch out. Please do not tell me to go for Body Press. And sorry about this ugly sprite. This was just me messing around. He goes for T-Bolts. Okay. But now I get a pretty free just EQ off. Because even if he goes Orbeetle, I set up with my... I go into my Noctowl. And if Orbeetle's not crazy bulky, Man Bog. If he's on max HP, he gets 2-shot here. And he gets to see my choice band. Okay, so that took like 40%. But now I get pretty free Noctowl. He goes for recover. So how much does Duraludon take? I'm just gonna go for agility here. I can, if he stays in and sets up like, I don't know, goes for psychic, I think I just win. Because I just want to be able to outspeed that Rotom-Mow. So he's going to switch out. What does he go into? XY. It looks like Air Slash kills. Unless if he's like AV. But at the same time, he doesn't do much with T-Bolt. Unless I'm just calcing completely wrong. I'm just going to set up a nasty plot. Because I live any hit. He goes for Thunderbolt, just don't para me. Now I just need to hit Air Slash. How much does Sucker Punch do if he's not like crazy invested? Sucker does 64 to 76 like damage, does 33 to 39. I don't know how much I'm at. Okay, so Noctowl gets the first kill of the season. So Noctowl kills Duraludon. And he only lives a hit with his Skuntank if he's like max HP Assault Vest. Yeah, that's the only way he lives a hit. But otherwise I think I just win here. I could have like tried to save HP and not go for Air Slash, not go for the nasty plot. But I really think he could have been Assault Vest just for this thing, because otherwise he lost 6-0. He goes into Hungry. This is Hippowdon. I click Hurricane here, and I'm gonna hit. It's just as simple as that. But he also has to hit a Rock type move, so I miss. He goes for a Whirlwind, okay. I'm fine knowing that. But now I know I can just set up on the Orbeetle again. But I know I can't stay in here. This is pretty free Vaporeon. But now this Hippowdon's getting weaker, and that's really useful. Because I don't even need to set up an SD with my... What's it called? I can't think of what Scoldipede is. And as I said before, sorry if I keep looking at the camera, not on purpose. So I switch out. And he goes for EQ. That is 215 to 151. So that is 64, which is about what I expected. Now he's getting closer to 60%. I'm going to go out into... What's his switch into this thing? It's the Rotom-Mow. I go next schedule here. There's no way he clicks EQ here. Okay, so he switches out. What does he go into? He goes into Munch. And if he's Choice Scarf, he would have stayed in the first time. So I'm clicking EQ. Because I just get a kill here, as I said before. And the thing is, I want to keep the orbital around. Like, I don't necessarily want to kill it because I want to set it with my Noctowl on it. Because if I can just get an agility off later. But I believe I just claim a kill here. Okay, so he's going to switch out probably into Orbital. Le Pew. I just killed this thing. He's Air Balloon. Good prep. Imagine if I went to Iron Head there. Now what's my switch into this thing? It's Vaporeon. That was insane. Good prep. I did not expect Air Balloon. Now I'm kind of wishing I didn't set up the nasty plot with my Noctowl. So is he physical or special? He switches out. Did he get the Rotomo play? You are predicting all over me. You know what would be great? If this thing was toxic. But now I go into Whimsicott here, and he's running way low on time. So he goes for the Leaf Storm. How much does this do? 141 to 72. But it's 69. Okay, so he does have some like offensive pressure. I'm just clicking Moonblast here. Even though I think he might be Choice Scarf. No, he's not. So you're down to 50. So he was like a Citrus. He was Citrus. Now he goes for Volt Switch. But you know what's the right play. But now if he goes Drowladon. Actually, Drowladon's dead. I'm just dumb. But now... Okay, so Excadrill, I have to go for Iron Head, I feel. On the Rotomo. Manbog. That's this thing. I don't really know what this thing wants to do to me. Or what it wants to do in general. I kind of just... I have to U-turn out here. I know he's max HP and that's about it. I feel like I have to go Noctowl here. Okay, so he took a good chunk. So he's like 65. Do I need Scolipede? Yeah. It destroys this team once Arcanine's down. I can go into Vaporeon and try to Toxic this thing. He goes for Psychic. So that does 179 to 125. So that is 54. That's about what I expect. This is where I wish. And then I can wish back into the Whimsicott. So he's going to Psychic again. I'm fine with this. I did 139 to like 79. So he might have more investment than I thought. 79. So that did 60. So I'm getting like mixed vibes here. I'm just going to... He's not going to stay in here. I'm clicking Toxic. So I get the Runomo coming in on this. Can I please just not get paralyzed this turn? I've clicked Toxic on this thing 3 times. But now this is back at full. Now I go Whimsicott. You know, it's just like, it's fine, it's the game we play, but it's just like, can I please just get the Toxic off on this thing so it'd be a lot weaker than it is. Yeah, so he had a pretty free Thunderbolt, 75 to 31. So he did 44. So he has some investment. So I'm just going to click Moonblast here. He switches out an Arcanine here, easy. He knows I'm going to U-turn out here, so he can just click Morning Sun. Go Vaporeon. Kinda wish I had Baton Pass. Goes for Flamethrower. I know he's gonna go Roto-Mow here. Because why would he stay in when I'm paralyzed? So I'm gonna go Scolipede. There's no way he stays in and clicks Flamethrower. So he switches out into Much. I'm fine with this. How much does Foul Play to do to me? It would kill. But I'm just gonna Mega Horn here. I could have also gone for the Poison Jab, trying to bait for the... What's it called? The poison. That did a good chunk. Do I go for the SD here? I need this thing gone. This could be a terrible play. In my mind, he should Morning Sun here. That's what we needed. So now we get to EQ, and this should kill. So Skuntank kills Arcanine. He can try to bait around for like Life Orb damage, but at that point Mega Horn kills the Skuntank. It's just also I have to hit it. I think we might have just won this. Because even if I can just kill the Skuntank. Hungry. If he's physically defensive, I have to Mega Horn here. I just have to hit. I miss. He goes for Earthquake. That doesn't kill me. But now I think he might be at a range where Earthquake kills. I don't know. It isn't. I just need to hit my Mega Horn. He's at exactly 50. Just please hit. Okay, so this thing's dead. That was insane. But now you're at 50. Do I live? I do not live another like life orb. So I have to go for another Mega Horn. At this point, I kind of struggle breaking Rotomo. He switches out into Manbog. That's the Orbeetle. I'm fine with that. Absolutely fine with that. So that was a crit. That crit did not matter. So Scolipede kills Arcanine. Scolipede kills. I can just kind of go Noctowl here. Or I can go Excadrill. Or Whimsicott. I'm going Whimsicott. So Scolipede kills Orbeetle. Scolipede dies to recoil. So he goes back into Munch. Imagine if I got Rocks up. I click Moonblast here. Because I just need chip damage on this thing. Click Sleep Storm. Does this kill me? Yeah. So Rotomo kills Whimsicott. So does Noctowl live a hit at minus? Well, he's at -2. I'm at 87. I do. But Excadrill, how much do I do with Iron Head? I don't do enough. I go Noctowl and click Air Slash. He could also think I'm Roost. But I'm clicking Air Slash. Because if I can just kill the Hippowdon, get rid of the Air Balloon, he goes for Thunderbolt. So this thing's dead. So Noctowl kills Rotomo. So if he's like Speedy Skuntank, has Sucker Punch, I don't switch out here. I click Air Slash. And I get to see what move he is. But at this point I believe I win because he can't break the Vaporeon. Skuntank kills. Skuntank kills Vaporeon. I go for Scald here. It looks like he's probably going to run out of time. This has been a long battle. He's switching out? Of course. I would have killed him on the switch in. But now I just Scald again. Like, I just keep Scalding till he dies. I can Wish Protect here and there if I need to, but I don't believe it'll be necessary. Yeah, so he's just gonna go for the EQ. Does this die? It does. I put Skuntank kills Vaporeon on my paper. That's silly. Skuntank kills Noctowl. Vaporeon kills Skuntank. I meant not Skuntank, Hippowdon. And how fast is this thing? It's 84, so I outspeed this thing. So I just need to break the air balloon. Yeah, so I've guaranteed one here. Does he kill me with a Fire Blast? He doesn't. So I know he's going to go for Crunch here. And even if he goes for Fire Blast, he doesn't kill me. So I'm just trying to get that extra differential point. Yeah, so he goes to Crunch. I might have thrown, because I'm calcing Modest. Crunch into Sucker. Does that kill? It does not. So Extra Drill kills Skuntank. So GG to my man D-Ray. This is the first time we ever played. I definitely made some risky plays that could have cost me the battle, but it worked out. He played great. He's going to have an amazing season. I just know it. He's one of the greatest dudes I know. I probably already said this on the Team Builder, but he's one of my favorite dudes in the community. One of my best friends. Love the dude. Just go check out his content if you haven't already. So we're going to start out BBR Season 2, Week 1. 0-1 plus 3. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.